Hello everyone, it's AgedGraceful. It's the month of November and time for another KIRF Collabs video. This month we'll be using drugstore products in our makeup looks. And we'll also discuss why we're grateful. After you finish watching my video, would you please, pretty please, so kindly go over and watch the videos of all these beautiful ladies. I'll be leaving their channel links in my description box. I would like to wish a very happy birthday to our KIRF sister, LEANNA DALTON, who celebrated a birthday in this month of November. Happy birthday, LEANNA. Before I get started with my look, I'm going to apply some 111 Skin Moisturizer. This moisturizer has a good dose of hyaluronic acid, which is great for aging skin. Here, I'll brush up my eyebrows and I'll prep them before applying my product. Applying my MAC blot powder in deep dark helps to prevent any oils from seeping up onto my skin, which would affect my eyebrow pencil application. Today I'm using shade 4.5 from Benefit Precisely My Brow. Within this video, we are supposed to discuss the things that we are thankful or grateful for. I am extremely grateful for my social media connections and relationships. And in fact, I used this opportunity while I was online on Bigo to apply my makeup look for today. So although you won't hear the actual conversations that we held, you will see me laugh and smile. Now that I'm all set using the brow pencil by Benefit, I'm using Benefit's Brow Gel in shade number 4 to set my brows. For this look, I'm going to be using the Il Makiage No Filter Poreless Base Smoothing Primer. This is a cream formula with sun protection and it has a mattifying effect. For my transition shade, I'm just going to use a little bit of my bronzer from Revolution Beauty in the shade Medium. They did not have a shade close enough to my skin tone in the palette that I selected for today, and that is the reason why I'm using the bronzer instead. As an eyeshadow base, I'm using my old Standby from Pretty Vulgar. And I like to pat that down until it dries before I apply my shadows. This is the palette that I selected for today. It is the Ayana by Natasha Denona. So this is a 5-pan palette and I'm going to be using the 4th shade, which is called Crease, and I'm going to set my shadow base with that one. It's almost the same color as the shadow base. These shades are really light and powdery, and I have to put on a little bit more than what I thought I would have had to put on just so you could see it. The next shade that I'm going to apply is the second one in the palette, and it's called Lash Line. It is the deepest shade in the palette. I couldn't tell initially if it was a dark brown or a light black, but it actually looks more gray. So I'm just going to apply this to my outer V area. Once I have this shade on my outer V, I'm going to now drag it into my crease area. Now on my lid, I'm going to apply the shade, and this is the last one in the palette. It's called Glam Green, and it's kind of like a sagey type green with flecks of gold, I would say. And I'm just going to tap that on and pat it into the lid. Now I'm going back with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend those shades together where they meet. Another requirement in this video was to use some drugstore products. So my foundation today is from the drugstore. And this is the L'Oreal Infallible in shade number 525. Now going back to things that I'm grateful for, you guys know that I could not possibly go without saying that I am not truly grateful for Mr. G. I know that most of us would have to say that our husbands are our best assets. Mr. G is totally supportive in anything that I wish to do, and also very helpful. So thank you, Mr. G, for everything you do for me personally in our life, in our marriage, and also what you do for me social media wise. I love you. Now that I've applied my foundation, I move on to my highlighting concealer. This concealer is also a drugstore item, and it's by LA Pro Girl, and the shade is Warm Honey. I have tried many concealers, but I always come back to this one for its full coverage properties. And full coverage is a #1 in my book when it comes to aging skin with fine lines and wrinkles. On my list of things that I'm grateful for is our extended family, our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. I'm also grateful for our pastor, the First Lady, and our entire church family. I love them all, and it brings me a sense of peacefulness when I know that they're all okay. So here I'm using my bronzing powder to contour, and I'm also blending out my concealer, and I'm kind of going back and forth with both of these tasks. The bronzer that I'm using is from Revolution Beauty, and it's in the medium shade. Now it's time to set my concealer. I'll be using the Crayon Case Chalk Dust in shade Y. On my waterline, I'm applying the Avon Glimmer Sticks Gel Pencil, and this shade is called Blackest Black. Now for another drugstore product. This is the e.l.f. Black Liquid Eyeliner that I'll be using today for my wing liner effect. I'm absolutely addicted to the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. Felt tip liners do not work as well on my fine lines and wrinkles of my eyes. This works out so much better for me. Give it a try. Now it's time to brush away the setting powder. And blend out my bronzer. Now I'll set my look with the Morphe setting spray. Under my waterline area, I'll add a little bit more of the shimmer shade called Glam Green. For this live stream, we were playing in wigs during Wigged Out Wednesdays. For this look, I'm going to finally try these Aqua lashes. Let's see how they work. The adhesive is already on the band of the lashes. To activate, you spray with water. Then you wait about a minute until it becomes tacky and then apply them to your lash line. It appears as though this right lash has gone on successfully. Time for a quick wig change. And now I will spritz the second lash with a little bit of thermal water. Here we go. So here is another drugstore product. This is the L'Oreal of Paris Infallible 24-hour fresh wear powder foundation that I'm using as a finishing powder. In the midst of doing that, I had trouble with this left lash, so I removed it and sprayed it once more. So let's try it again. This is attempt number 2. So now I'll move on to a lippy, and this is Cocoa by Juvia's that I'm wearing today. So have you guys ever heard that the third time is the charm? Now I feel like I've conquered this left lash, and I'm feeling myself and enjoying this live stream with my Bigo girls. But I do have to share that once the live was over and I went downstairs, the lash ended up on the kitchen floor. So I do like the style, but the next time I use them, I will be using lash adhesive. The blush that I'm using today is from the Beauty Bakerie, and it's the Neopolitan bar. Returning to my grateful list, I must conclude with all of you who helped to make having a YouTube channel an honor. I appreciate you all for your support and love. May you all be blessed. Have a very, very happy Thanksgiving and holiday season. Thank you. And remember, beauty never ends when it begins from within.